Hello commanders, welcome back to another video. In this battle we have a same faction, nice loot challenge battle thingy. Anyways, as always we are starting by developing our base and producing a lot of infantry to scout the enemy and collect some containers. So in this tournament, if you didn't know already, there are a few flags, usually around 3 or 4, that you have to capture in order to get some vehicles, transports, which will automatically come back to your base, I think, yes, in this point here. And in order to win, you have to get 50 transports or destroy your enemy base, I think. Of course, before your enemy does. So, now let's keep through this boring container collecting, and as you can see, I collect, or rather captured this flag, and I'm here fighting for this flag against my enemy. As you can see, he's yellow, he has a yellow rifleman, which means we are playing a same faction map, a same faction battle, as I said earlier. So as we see here, he has a lot of coyotes spawning, which are gonna be quite troublesome. But anyways, I have around 10 riflemen and 1 coyote, which are gonna be able to hold this flag for a while. Anyways, I already went HQ level 2, made a sniper tower, and now I'm making some more supply centers. Now that I have 5, I'm probably gonna save up some supplies to go straight for HQ level 3 and maybe some jets. But as you can see, my enemy is quite persistent with this flag. He's spawning a lot of coyotes, which are slowly but surely taking out my army. So as you can see, I will probably have to retreat soon, because I'm not producing that many units. Yes, at least I already got 2 transports from this flag, which are good enough for now. I can retake this flag later. As you can see, he has 5 coyotes and 1 entire rifleman, which are gonna be troublesome, but for now at least. When I get armadillos and jaguars, it will be much easier to deal with. But anyways, let's see if I can save this transport. I think so, yes, my enemy gave up. He just sent 1 coyote, which is easy to defend. So now I focused my shift on producing some grenadiers and some armadillos, because they are way more effective against coyotes and overall vehicles. But as you can see, I only have 1 flag, while my enemy has 2, so I was planning a simple attack to attack probably this flag here, because if my calculations are correct, he sent his entire army here, so we'll see how it goes. For now I'm just defending this place right here, because I don't want to lose it, and there seems to be 1 coyote here, but as long as just 1 I can defend it. Okay, there's 1 more rifleman, but this is an easy defense for now. But seems my enemy is probably gonna attack me soon here, so I have to be careful. Anyways, I also made an Ivia factory, so I can produce some dragonflies, which are quite effective in my opinion against coyotes and also infantry overall. So I'm planning a small attack, or rather a rush, to capture this flag, because I will probably succeed unless he has his army there. And now, once the dragonfly and 1 more armadillo are ready, I'm sending my army here, while I have some units here for self-defense. And as I predicted, there are only 3 coyotes, which they are easy enough to beat. Let's see the fight. Since I had 4 grenadiers, this was an easy victory. But as you can see, my enemy attacked with a lot of coyotes, around 7 to be exact, this flag here, so I'll be losing it. I don't want to waste resources on this flag, because I'm saving up some units to attack the middle flag. And I have already won the fighting here, and I'm gonna be taking this for me. Okay, so as you can see, I probably won't be able to save this transport, because he has way too many coyotes sadly. But that's completely fine, at least I won this flag here. But as you can see, I sent my armadillo to attack the transport, because 1 less transport is a higher chance for winning. Every single transport matters, remember that. But anyways, I'm producing a lot of units. I already have 3 dragonflies, 3 armadillos, and a few riflemen and heavy assaults. I also hid some infantry in here, just in case my enemy takes this flag and then leaves with no army here. I can just recapture it really quickly. And it can also be a small sneak attack if he sends like 1 coyote here. But anyways, I sent my armadillo there, and I planned to mine this place here, because I suspected that this was the place that the enemy transports were going. Yes, as you can see, this transport is going there exactly. And anyways, I attacked this flag hoping that his army wasn't there, and thankfully it wasn't, so I was able to easily capture this flag. Anyways, I'm almost full with command points, as you can see here, completely full. And so I was starting to slowly save up my resources for HQ level 3. Okay, so I'm retaking this flag, and now now I have 2 flags instead of 1, which is quite good. And as I said earlier, I'm gonna start mining this place here, as you can see. Which is not a bad idea, but I didn't execute it that well. And what is this? My enemy is trying to attack me with a lot of coyotes actually. So in a panic, I sent my entire army back to defend this, because this is quite a lot of coyotes, which is not easy to defend. And I only had like 2 grenadiers, 1 rifleman, a dragonfly, and that's all. And another rifleman. Okay, so now my army came back, and it was pretty easy to defend. Okay. So this is gonna be an easy defense, but as you can see, he's targeting my HQ, which in my opinion is not the best option. Probably should have targeted maybe a supply center, which has a higher chance of destroying. Or maybe even attack my army, because the HQ is probably the toughest building to deploy, or rather destroy, so he didn't succeed, as you can see, and his army is basically gone. Only 5 coyotes left. And now I have a big advantage, because I have 2 flags, and he lost most of his army probably, while I have my entire army here. And so I can defend my 2 flags easily, and also attack this flag here, which will help me win easily. But anyways, as you can see, I'm mining here, but my enemy noticed that I was doing something suspicious and just attacked me with all of his army. And let's see if the mines will actually do anything. And it didn't even destroy the vehicle. Amazing. But anyways, as I was saving up for HQ level 3, as you can see here, I decided to attack this flag here, so I can have a full control of the map. As you can see here, he is winning by 1 transport, but now, since I have 2 flags, it's much easier. So let's keep forward to the attack. As you can see, he only has 3 coyotes here, which was as easy attack, no effort at all. But then I saw these 3 coyotes here. It was a type of back and forth battle, which was not my favorite. And then I saw this here, another army of coyotes. He really does love his coyotes. So now he had 2 of the 3 flags, which he captured in a really short amount of time. But I just managed to make HQ level 3, and I also was going for jaguars, and I also wanted to get the wasp out to help me overall. Anyways, I destroyed the transport here with my dragonflies, and I decided to send my entire army in the middle, and then probably move them to this flag here so I can recapture them again. And so let's see the engagement here. I moved my entire force here, and I sent him to attack. Let's see what happens. And he only has 1 coyote. Amazing. Just 3 for me. And anyways, I started producing the wasp, some more dragonflies, and I also produced some not assault vehicle factories, but jaguars. And as you can see, this was the moment that my enemy decided to attack me once again. That happened exactly when I was sending my entire force to capture this flag here. So now I had 2 options: either attack my enemy from here, which was much closer than my own base, but sacrifice probably my entire base almost, to send my army all the way back to the base and try to defend. But I think I made the right choice here, which was a complete counterattack. Because you can see, coyotes, yes, they are powerful, but with some gun towers and grenadiers, they can slowly but surely be weakened. But this army here is much stronger, and with only coyotes man, he cannot really do much. So as you can see, he's spamming his coyotes, making some air towers, but that was too late. And also a mistake to note, he seems to be attacking the vehicles, or rather the factories that are finished production, instead of attacking probably the most important one, this assault vehicle factory. And as you can see, he's now attacking my wasp, a really good move. But as this was happening, I completely finished his base. He had no chance, so it was more of a who beats each other's base first. But as you can see, this is a grave mistake for yellow. Instead of destroying my factories and my troops, he decided to straight ahead go for the HQ, which, as I said earlier, it's the toughest building, which is a big mistake. It's just giving time for my jaguars and my infantry to attack and slowly destroy the coyotes, as you can see here. And that was probably one of the most important mistakes he made. Yes, as you can see, the jaguar started firing, and instead of focusing on the jaguar, he's focusing on the HQ. Yes, I may lose my HQ, but I will defend, and my enemy will lose his entire base, as you can see. And if you are thinking, why am I attacking the HQ? Well, that's because, first off, he doesn't have any units at all, and even if he makes one coyote, that won't really make a difference, will it? It's different than this situation right here, because this base destruction is almost guaranteed. But this one, I may be able to defend, you know what I mean? So anyways, let's see who destroys his base first, or rather the enemy base. As you can see, I got my second jaguar out, and that was when he decided to retreat and try in a panic maybe capture a flag or defend his base, but that was way too late. Maybe if he sent his army earlier, that would may do something, but he had almost no chance. So as you can see, he decided to just move to the flag, but I sent my entire army there, and that just meant death for my teammate. Or not my teammate actually, my enemy, but you know what I mean. And he didn't even manage to capture the flag, amazing. And after that I destroyed all his armies, or rather his units, which just meant the GG. He couldn't do anything. Yes, and I won. GG. Honestly, in my opinion, I played that game really good. I really liked how I produced some units instead of instantly going for HQ3, which was probably the reason I won. I don't really have any comments. I played that game, in my opinion, perfectly, and the enemy was just kinda stupid for just using coyotes. You can just use them in the mid game. So that's all from me today. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.